This season's Champions League has been captivating from every angle, from individual stars to tactical masterminds and the sheer power of each squad. There has been no shortage of data and predictions ahead of the semifinals, but the beauty lies in one truth. Nobody can ever truly predict what will happen. That very unpredictability is what has made the 2024 to 2025 campaign more thrilling than ever. Let's start with the showdown between Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain. In just the 4th minute, the first twist arrived when Ousmane Dembélé broke the deadlock. But that goal was far more than a simple finish. It marked the beginning of a free-flowing zone for Dembélé within Luis Enrique's dynamic system. Given the freedom to roam, Dembélé thrived as an agent of chaos. João Neves and Fabian Ruiz constantly pulled Arsenal's midfield out of shape, creating calculated chaos that left the Gunners disoriented. Declan Rice was dragged out of position, Jurrien Timber lost his footing, and Dembélé struck the first and only shot on target for PSG in the opening half. Cold, clinical, and deadly. Few teams have managed to pin Arsenal down in the opening 30 minutes the way PSG did at the Emirates. Without Thomas Partey, the Gunners lacked midfield stability. Declan Rice had to handle both second balls and transitional duties, which quickly wore him down. Mikel Merino made good runs into space, but the triangle between him, Rice, and Martin Odegaard lacked the sharpness required to unlock a defense within the final 30 meters. In the past, Arteta had defeated Real Madrid by dominating the midfield and using overlapping runs effectively, but this time it was PSG executing those tactics better. When Barcola replaced Dembélé and shifted left, Hakimi immediately tucked inside. In the middle, Enrique adjusted Fabian and Neves to disrupt Arsenal's pressing structure. Simply put, Arsenal could not dictate the tempo. They were pulled apart throughout the first half. In the second half, Arteta made tactical changes. Odegaard dropped deeper, Merino stayed back to draw pressure and open up space for wingers to advance. There were moments when it looked like the plan was working, such as the disallowed equalizer from a set piece, ruled offside by the narrowest of margins. Right after that, Leandro Trossard nearly found the net with a thunderous shot from a tight angle, only for Gianluigi Donarumma to produce a world-class reflex save. The Italian goalkeeper made a total of 5 stops, including 2 one-on-one situations. Donnarumma played with a focus that sharply contrasted the criticisms he has faced in Ligue 1. On this night, he proved he is made for football's biggest stages. That said, Arsenal were not short of chances. Their expected goals stat was 1.37 compared to PSG's 0.63. They also orchestrated well-rehearsed set pieces. But in football, the fine line between a goal and offside on dead ball plays is often down to luck. What worked in Arteta's favor last season turned against him this time, at the worst possible moment. We cannot overlook the controversy surrounding referee Slavko Vincic. Early in the match, he denied a penalty appeal for PSG after contact between Timber and Barcola. Later, he waved away Arsenal's shout for a spot kick when Neves touched the ball before Merino went down in the box. While neither call was definitively wrong, both moments shifted the emotional rhythm of the match. Another key point was the presence of young players on both sides. PSG brought on Lamine Yamal to replace Barcola, and he nearly made it 2-0. On the other side, 17-year-old Ethan Nwaneri came on in the 90th minute, a final roll of the dice for Arsenal. At this moment, PSG clearly have better squad depth. The return leg in Paris will be a real test for Arteta, not only tactically, but also as a complete test of his team's mental resilience. Paris Saint-Germain have come from behind before. They once silenced Anfield against Liverpool. Meanwhile, Arsenal, after toppling Real Madrid in euphoria, now face the emotional come-down. This is the test. Are they truly mature, or are they still a team that thrives only when things go their way? As for Paris, no need for exaggerated praise. This was not a flawless performance. They missed at least 2 clear chances late on and showed vulnerability on second balls, but overall, Luis Enrique crafted a sound strategy. Instead of chasing ball possession, he focused on controlling space, exploiting Arsenal's instability in midfield, and turning Dembélé into a scalpel that sliced through their structure. It was not flashy, but it was efficient, and sometimes that is enough. If Arsenal's home loss surprised many, then Barcelona's semi-final carried a similarly mixed script. Playing at Estadi Olímpic Lluís Companys, they displayed a strange duality across the pitch. Up front, Lamine Yamal played like the laws of physics no longer applied. At the back, Barca's defense struggled against set pieces and Inter's rapid transitions. If this was the night that proved Barcelona are ready to win the Champions League, it also made it clear that a few moments of lost focus could cost them everything. Conceding a goal after just 30 seconds was not bad luck. It was the result of disjointed decisions in defense. Inter pressed high, yet Barcelona pushed their line too far forward. One clearing pass from Federico Di Marco found Thuram, who laid it off to Barella. Then Denzel Dumfries arrived in perfect timing and position, delivering a low cross into the danger zone. But what truly stood out was the moment that followed. Marcus Thuram reappeared in the box and delivered an artistic backheel, an improvisation that was clearly intentional. That goal exposed just how fragile Barcelona's backline can be. It did not stop there. Less than 20 minutes later, another set piece, the weapon everyone knows is Inter's greatest strength, and once again Dumfries was left unmarked to smash in a volley for his second goal. 21 minutes, 2 goals conceded. Barcelona were suffocated in a way they had never experienced under Hansi Flick. Then, Lamine Yamal reignited hope, not through a well-drilled combination or a textbook attacking move, but through a flash of genius. The 17-year-old picked up the ball near the touchline with his back to goal. He turned, evaded 2 layers of pressing, used Bastoni's body as a visual shield, then curled a stunning shot that kissed the inside of the far post. There is no coaching manual that teaches that. It is pure instinct, the kind that separates the greats. And just 10 minutes later, the match was level again after a smooth link-up between Pedri, Rafinha, and Ferran Torres. Every pass was perfectly timed, no wasted touches, no hesitation. The comeback was on, but Inter stayed as resilient as they were in the Milan derby back in 2023. Another corner. Barcelona once again lost their shape at the far post. Ter Stegen misjudged the flight. Ronald Araujo was dragged out of position, and Davy Klaassen, the shortest player in the box, was left to contest in the air. Dumfries completed his brace. Goal number 3 for Inter. Minutes later, Marcus Thuram nearly made it 4-2 if not for an offside call by the slimmest of margins, the tip of his boot. Those moments showed that Inter do not need to attack relentlessly, but when they do, it is always with purpose, always with danger. Barcelona's second equalizer revealed Hansi Flick's tactical flexibility. Rafinha did not go for a header or a poacher's finish inside the box. Instead, he unleashed a rocket from outside after a short corner routine. The ball struck the crossbar, bounced off Sommer's back, and rolled into the net. A goal born from strategy and fortune, but mostly creativity. Barcelona reinforced that point late in the match. Lamine Yamal kept tormenting the right flank, smashing a shot off the post that left Inter's defense in disarray. The 17-year-old was not just a goal scorer, he was the focal point, the engine of every move. Every camera lens turned to him. Every passing lane seemed to find him. At one point, Yamal set up Ferran Torres twice in quick succession. Unfortunately, neither attempt was precise enough to score. As the match reached its climax, Hansi Flick brought on Gavi and Andreas Christensen to regain control of midfield. He accepted the risk to stabilize the game. Barca dominated possession, kept applying pressure but could not convert. Inter, meanwhile, sat deep and waited. They hardly touched the ball in the final 10 minutes. One team played control and dominance, the other stayed compact and calculated. 2 styles, 2 philosophies, combined to deliver a match to remember. Rafinha did not head the ball, he did not make a near-post run or ghost into space. The equalizer came from a surprise long-range strike following a short corner routine. The ball hit the bar, then the goalkeeper's back, and rolled over the line. A moment that blended precision, luck, and daring imagination. And Barcelona pushed the tempo again. Yamal returned to torment Inter's left flank, driving the fullbacks into panic mode. The 17-year-old was not just a scorer. He initiated attacks, linked play, and sparked every forward move. Every touch from Yamal demanded the spotlight. Every pass seemed to seek him out as its destination. He carved open 2 more chances for Ferran Torres, but neither found the back of the net. With the match at its most intense, Flick sent on Gavi and Christensen to strengthen the midfield. The intention was crystal clear. Barcelona raised their line, controlled the ball, and stretched the pitch. They worked the flanks with dozens of crosses, but lacked the decisive final touch. Inter, in contrast, bunkered in, defended compactly, and refused to take risks. Both teams stayed true to their identity. Barcelona pressed, dominated possession, and dictated rhythm. Inter remained pragmatic, using transitions and set pieces to inflict damage. A 3-3 draw was the fair outcome. No one left with regrets, but everyone sighed with relief. With the away goals rule no longer in play, the second leg at Giuseppe Meazza will be a true test of mental strength. Barcelona must improve their aerial defense and handle the wide areas more effectively. Inter will need a clearer plan to contain Lamine Yamal, a mission that neither Dumfries nor DiMarco succeeded in during the first leg. Set pieces will continue to be Inter's deadliest weapon. That is a threat Barca must address. Nothing is decided yet, but one thing is certain: Lamine Yamal is no longer a promising youngster, he is a big-game player, a star. And the reason all of Europe is once again speaking the name Barcelona with reverence. With this result, no one can afford to relax. Paris Saint-Germain may lead 1-0, but they left glaring holes. If not for Donarumma turning into a superhero, the outcome would have been very different. Arsenal, despite losing, showed they have clear tactical identity. Their set-piece routines are crafted, and once they regain their clinical edge, they can flip the script in Paris. Do not forget, just 2 weeks ago they beat Real Madrid. As for the other semi-final, the 3-3 draw between Barca and Inter left everyone guessing. Barcelona's attack was magical. Their defense was chaotic. Inter played a seemingly simple game, but every move was calculated and lethal. Yamal bit the match with moments of genius. Dumfries, a fullback, became the unlikely hero with a brace. The return leg might follow no script at all. The team that seizes the moments better will reach the final. This year's Champions League has not only delivered in quality, it has thrived on unpredictability. 4 teams, 4 distinct identities, and each believes they deserve to be in the final.